Welcome, round 15 preview. Yes, round 15, we're at round 15, so we're not long to go the rest of the season. Once again, everyone, I'm here joined by the beautiful Melly. You little girl. All right, so last of the bye rounds this week. So, the last of people not having anyone left. I think everyone's managed to do all right. Some people might have not had a ruck. I've got to put someone in dodgy for the ruck this week myself. So, yeah, so there's four rounds left. And, yeah, let's have a look to see what, to work out who's going to be where and so forth. Hope everyone loves my little lazy cockeye this round. All right. Anyway, let's start off with the ladder, as we normally do each week. Rangers Anonymous are sitting on top purely by the points scored, followed by Renegades. Hopefully, Rangers have done their team this week. I know Goddard's already kicked the goal and he's got Goddard in his loophole, so that's one good sign for him. Renegades is second, Jabroni's third, followed by Sugar Daddies and I'm Rolling. They're separated on points scored. They are. They're 4 points behind the leaders. Next is Arstickers United. 2 points behind them. 24 points is No Dumping with Second Destroyed. 22 points is Gods of Olympus. And Maltese Falcons on the bottom. Yes. This week, if Rangers or Renegades actually win, they're guaranteed to make the finals. So both teams will be looking to make the finals there. And if Fennec loses, then bye-bye. Bye. Anyway, all right. So that's the ladder. Let's first get into the games. Might as well start off with this.
Charles in charge of our days and our nights. Charles in charge of our wrongs and our rights.
I hope you realise the sort of theme I'm going to go for during this now and just have a little bit of things. And that particular song was for Charlie Dixon. Charles in charge. That's right. Let's have a look at it now. Got Second Destroyed, projected for 300 versus Gods of Olympus, projected for 280. Looks like both teams are using the loophole in this particular game as well, so we'll go through that in a minute. Full forward this week, Charlie Dixon. He's up against Jack Darling, who's playing tonight at the moment. Jack Darling, I've got the stats going, by the way, everyone. So you can't see the TV with the stats, but I've got the stats going. Anyway, and Darling's like nothing, hasn't even got a touch. Mark Lacroix, half forward, has also done nothing so far. He's up against Jack Rewalt, who had a good game last week. Got 50 points. Jack Stevens in utility. Didn't have a very good game, but they got the win. He'll be hopefully up against Gaz this week. That'll be a good competition. And Jason Johannesson, welcome back. Mick's got him at utility. I don't think Mick's going to keep him utility. He's probably more likely got him at the moment there to see what Shuey does tonight. Shuey is Michael's loophole player. For the midfields, McRae and Boker's in Second Destroys midfields. While for Michael, same as last week, he's got still Sidebottom and Stan Dockery. Those two will probably be up against each other, so he'll probably keep them there. For the rucks, it's Nuremberg up against his old side versus Cullen Sinclair, who's also up against his old side. Those two players were involved in that mid-season trade. Halfback is Pritis and Dion Prestia, and see you later, Millie. Halfbacks Pritis and Dion Prestia. And tacklers is Ollie Wines and Isaac Heaney makes his debut. Notice as soon as Millie left, the light sort of changed a bit. Look at that. Millie, you're in front of the light. So interesting to see what happens there. At the moment for Michael, Pritis has got one kick. And your loophole player, Shuey, has got 2 possessions. All right. So that's that game there. 300 versus 280 for Second Destroy.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me.
All right, let's move on to the next game now. It's Sugar Daddies versus I'm Rolling. Sugar Daddies projected for 305. I'm Rolling projected for 274. That will be a high score for him, of course, because he really doesn't get that many high scores. But we'll have a look at it. Sugar Daddy's interesting move here. Will Minton is back, so he's got Will Minton at full forward, and Jack Redpath, at half forward for the Sugar Daddies. while I'm rolling. At the moment, he's got Elliot Yeo as his loophole, so his team's not quite done. Once again, these teams are as of 8:22 p.m. on Thursday night, so if they make changes, they make changes. But yeah, just have a look at it at the moment. I'm Rollins only actually got 8 players available to choose from, so there you go. So he's got Elliot Yeo in an interchange, so it all depends on how Elliot Yeo goes tonight and where he actually plays all these players. If he has a good game, most likely going to utility and Chad Winger, probably go full forward. And the half forward for I'm Rolling is Nick Riewoldt. Utility, back in form, Gary Ablett, 97 last week he got. He's hoping for another performance like that this week up against the Saints. Hopefully he does a good game there. And for the midfielders, Brett DeLeo and Robbie Gray for Sugar Daddies, while Coley has gone with Lockie Hunter playing, I think, his 50th game, and Cade Simpson as well. In the rucks, Tom Hickey goes back into ruck after some reason being at utility last week. And Big Maxi Gawn, who could be a utility himself, and Will Minson in at the ruck, and then, I don't know, move it around. But anyway, Maxi Gawn isn't the ruck this week. Adam Shaw, a halfback. Adam Shaw's been great this year up against Carlton this week. And Levi Greenwood, his teammate, is also at halfback. Jack Nunes makes a debut as a tackler spot. And Bontempelli is back at tackler for Sugar Daddies. The loophole plays this week, Darcy Parish and Elliot Yeo. They are both playing. If we have a look at it at the moment, Darcy Parish, 3 kicks, 1 tackle. Elliot Yeo has got 1 kick. So, and that's only like 10 minutes into the game, I think, or what is it? It's 9 minutes. Essendon's winning. Look at that. All right. Oh, mate, how funny would that be? Yeah, so there we go. 9 minutes to go in the first quarter, and that's where it's at the moment. So that's those teams. As I said, not much to choose from. Mitch Wallace is available to choose from for Sugar Daddies if he wants to play him. And Coley's really got no one else to choose from the bench. He's pretty much left with what he's got. It's a matter of where he actually plays them. So no doubt Yo will be coming in. It's just a matter of where Yo goes. Yo. So yes. And yes. But Coley living the American dream, apparently. American hero. Anyway, next game.
It's time to play the music. It's time to light the light. It's time to read the Muppets on the Muppets of the Night.
All right, the next game is Ask Kickers United versus No Dumplings. Ask Kickers United projected for 297. No Dumplings projected for 276. Let's have a look at the teams. This week, full forward Sam Lloyd for Ask Kickers United, and half forward is Buddy Franklin. Welcome back, Big Bud. Next utility at the moment is Rory Sloane, and Gibbs and Seb Ross come in as the midfield. Both got almost 100 points last week, so I was pretty happy with that. No ruck for Ask Kickers United this week. So Matthew Suckling is in at ruck. The reason why he's there is because he's more likely to get cheap marks in the back line compared to anyone else in the team. So hopefully get 6 or 7 points from the ruck position. Halfback is Dan Hanbury, and Scott Thompson is put in a tackler. Once again, these are set teams. I've got Zaharakis as my loophole player. At the moment, Zaharakis has only got 3 possessions, so he may just stay on the bench at the moment. Who knows? And have a look at that. So it's just kicked another goal. They are smashing West Coast. It's so funny. Is it 4 goals to 1? 4 goals to 2? Hilarious. I'm finding it funny. Michael's getting upset. Anyway. So that's that team there. 297. Projections for Ask Kickers United. Other options, Jack Viney on the bench, Tory Dixon on the bench, Riscatelli on the bench, and Charlie Cameron on the bench. So, look, there may be some late changes, who knows, but at the moment, that's the team I'm going with. If we have a look at the team I'm playing, No Dumplings. Dash has welcomed back Jay Schultz. Jay Schultz goes in a full forward, and he's got Eddie Betts at the half forward spot there. So, Eddie had a good game last week up against Melbourne, the MCG. Bigger room, more room for him to run. See how he goes. Scott Pennebury is at utility, and he's got Jared McVeigh and Kieran Jack in the midfielders. Now, Jared McVeigh and Kieran Jack aren't his usual midfielders. They're only averaging about 30 as a midfielder. They could have a better game. Who knows? It could be like I don't understand the weather, but it could be a wet game up there. They could get lots of kicks. But Dash he's got no one else spare. He's only got the 8 or 9 players available, so that's the best option he could have come up with this week. There was no better option, to be honest. Brody Grundy in the ruck. Can he do what he did last week and get his 38 or 40 points, whatever he got? Hopefully not, but Carlton really haven't got a known ruck, besides Cruiser, who, it could be actually interesting competition. They're both pretty mobile ruckmen. Josh Kelly doing what he does at halfback this week. I'm sure he'll have a very good game. I wish he was back at Hawthorn, but he's not. And Justin Westhoff is being put at tackler. Once again, no other options there for Dasher. Jake Stringer is his interchange at the moment, so whether he plays him, I don't know. Probably not. But, yeah, that's Dasher's team at the moment. 276 projected. So, they could have a good game. Yeah, see what happens. Hopefully you don't have a good game, Dash, and I win. But, yeah, that's that game there. So, if we move on to the next game now. The next game is Rangers Anonymous versus Jacobs Jabronis. Yeah, that film clip's because Houghton's actually in Hawaii. I hope he's enjoying his trip. Anyway, so let's have a look at it now. Rangers Anonymous projected for 290. Jabronis projected for 328. It's like they haven't been affected this whole bye. So he's actually drafted quite well, or Fennick has, or whoever done his team, I don't know. So he's done quite well there. But Rangers, hopefully his team's done this week. Hopefully. Looks like most of it's done. But full forward at the moment is Jesse Hogan. Half forward is Taylor Walker. In fact, I done his team. He's got Selwood in the utility, but that's only because Selwood's not playing, and probably the loophole with Brendan Goddard. Brendan Goddard had kicked the goal at the moment, had 3 hit-outs, 4 possessions, so who knows, Brendan Goddard might be the good utility this week. Matthew Boyd in the midfield with Jack Crisp. Ivan, big Ivan's back. Ivan in the ruck, and half-back is Nathan Jones and tackler Jeff Garlett. Ken has actually got no one else available on the bench. There are his options there. That's why Goddard, in fact, he's only got 8 players, so if anyone pulls out late, or if Jeff Garlett doesn't play because Jeff Garlett's name on the extended bench, then Kenner will be short players and won't even mean it this time. So, yeah. But that's Kenner's team. 290 projected for. Might lose top spot this week because he's up against the Jabronis. Jacob Jabronis, in fact, who have got Josh Bruce in at full forward and Tom Lynch at half forward. Tom Lynch had a great game last week. We got 11 marks or so. He's just going to absolute gun. He's going to be a superstar. And he's only in, his 4th or 5th year? Should be a superstar now, actually. He is a superstar, let's be honest. Lukey Parker in at utility, back after his week off, or had the bye. And Lee Montagna and Bernie Vince in the midfield. Great midfielders. Bernie Vince was getting 60 at one. 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was getting 60 points in midfielder. Jacobs. Sam Jacobs in a ruck. And Dustin Martin in at halfback after the weeks Dustin Martin's had. He needs to be playing every week. He has been phenomenal lately, Dustin Martin, and that's why everyone's starting talking about him for the Brownlow. Tom Mitchell back to his spot as a tackler. And Scott Lysette, who should have been traded to me, is his loophole player at the moment. What's Scott Lysette done? Scott Lysette, I can't find it here. He's 6 hit-outs, 2 disposals. Not very good, really. Yeah, anyway, so that's that loophole player there. So, look, that is Jabroni's team before the trade, before the drafts, the mid-season trade. Only difference is, I suppose, he had Cochin in a halfback and not Dustin Martin, or Lockie Neal there. Lockie Neal's got the week off. Other than that, it's his normal team. So he's at full strength, and he should actually win this game. And don't know if he'll take over Rangers at tops, over Rangers on the ladder, whether Rangers will drop the 3rd or not with point difference or not. Have to see what happens there. But Jabronis will probably win that game with there. So let's move on to the next game now. It is Renegades, who are fighting for the top spot, versus last spot, Maltese Falcons. It's a bit of a mission impossible, really. So let's have a look at the teams now. First of all, Renegades projected for 287. Lowest score, that will be his lowest score he's probably got since round 2, to be honest. 287. And Maltese Falcons projected for 312. Probably his highest score. It's not, but let's just be funny about this. All right. So let's look at full forward this week. Tim Membry at full forward and Josh Kennedy at half forward. Josh Kennedy at the moment has... Is he down there? Where's Josh? There he is. 1 goal. Josh Kennedy's got 1 goal, 1 mark, and 2 kicks. All right. Aaron Horn at utility. Oh, yeah, that's what he's done. Loophole. He's got Zach Merritt as a loophole player. Aaron Hall has been bad form lately, so I wouldn't play him as utility. So hopefully, obviously, the teams probably will be changed around before tomorrow's lockout. In the midfield, he's got 2 Richmond boys in Sean Grigg and Brandon Ellis. Brandon Ellis hasn't really been that good this year. So, yeah, for stiff's sake, he steps up. Jackson Trentgrove is in the ruck. Does get good ruck. I mean, 12 or 13 or 14 points to the ruckman. He's more of a tackler, but, unless you got a ruckman this week, I don't. And Matt Crouch, after his brilliant week last week at the moment, is in halfback. Steph Sangray isn't available, and it looks like you will... 8 players is all you're going to have, is 8 players, because Sangray didn't get picked this week. So Zach Merritt does have to come in. Zach Merritt is his loophole player. At the moment, Zach Merritt is got the most AFL fantasy points. He's on 8 disposals and 2 tackles. So Merritt will come in, probably at halfback. That's more likely where we'll play, and maybe Matt Crouch will go to utility or something like that. Who knows? But that's what's going to happen there. So that's 287 projected for. He's up against Maltese Falcons, who at the moment have got full forward Aaron Young and half forward Josh Jenkins. Jenkins, he's only, if he doesn't kick 8, he kicks 1 or none. So it's pretty amazing. And Marcus Shudo's been paying me as well. I think Josh Jenkins only worth $5.50. Okay. I found that funny. No one else did. Trent Conscien's been put at the utility spot, and Andrew Gaff in the midfield. At the moment, Andrew Gaff has got 3 kicks and 4 handballs. Jasper Pittard, he's been getting over 40 points in midfield, and he's back in the midfield spot. And Tom Nichols, after a good week in the ruck last week, is back in the ruck. Ed Curnow, I had a look at it last time they played Collingwood this season. Ed Curnow got 13 tackles, and he's been put at halfback spot. And Paddy Cripps is actually the tackler this week. So that's our Phoenix team. Could be a few changes. Joe Danaher is the loophole player. Why not? Give him a go. He has kicked 1 goal. If he kicks another, you might take that 2 goals from Joe Danaher. But Fennec actually has got a few choices to make this week. He's got Matty Cruz on the bench. He's got Sam Carriage on the bench and Andrew Phillips on the bench. All have been picked, I'm pretty sure. Jack Watts is also on the bench, as is Rory Laird and Jordan Ruffin. So quite a few to choose from for Fennec. Probably has got his best team out there. 312. Unless Josh Kennedy kicks an absolute bag, which at the moment he's only got 1, but the flat track bullies are losing by 2 points. If Kennedy comes back and kicks a bag, Stiff might have a chance. Other than that, I think Maltese Falcons are going to win and keep that faint chance alive. And like Mission Impossible, kind of come through and do the mission. So 312 versus 287. I think Fennec will get up for that one. So that's the teams this week. It could be a good round. Last of the bye rounds once again. Next Thursday, there's another game as well. I think it might actually be Hawthorn and Port Adelaide. But yeah, guys, good luck this week to everyone but Dash. And